the announcer here. It's our first exciting episode of Turn and Run. Today we have 3 contestants lining up for a one-course game. Try to pick a winner. And let's start with our first contestant, Player 1, fulfilling a role as a ferry cleaner. They always find time to be active in home repair. And off he goes into the maze. Zoom boom! Straight away.
Notice how the item type is announced by the announcer when the player picks up a token. We used to have the actual items scattered around the maze, but have recently swapped them for tokens. The whole way items are distributed to the players is changing, but for now this quirk remains.
So that's easy now, he just needs to find the exit. Needs to get that token to the end of the maze. Let's jump there. Thing and the hot dog. And there it is. Here's the entrance to the slide. Oh, straight. Oh, he's hit the bumpers. He's banging around. Oh, but he's escaped.
Sure, we want the bumpers here to have a comical bounce to them, but the animations and the feel of everything related to this slide is currently off.
And that's the end of the turn. Pulls the confetti. And off we go. It's Player 2. They spend their working hours as a local history museum director. I'm told they're fanatical about first-person shooters. Big fan of first-person shooters here. Is that going to help her in the maze? Well, also picked up a token straight away. Looking for that hot dog near the end of the exit to get onto the slide. Local museum director. Not quite sure what the topics are. I've been to a few local museums in my time. Always a little bit dull. Anyway, she's found the exit. Not quite enough juice in the tank to get to the slide.
A player pulls their confetti popper to signify the end of the turn. This happens automatically if their yellow effort bar runs out, or if their blue time bar runs out. Players can also force the end of a turn by holding down the left bumper, L1. You can see we have some animation jank when a player is carrying a token at the moment, but this idea has been newly implemented, and in general it all needs to be cranked up 100 notches so it feels more like a spectacular TV show glitz event.
It's Player 3! Putting in the hours as a social media consultant. They have an open love for directing virtual reality theatre. I actually spoke to this guy before he started the competition today, and he's a social media consultant. He directs virtual reality theatre. And yes, he did actually come across as badly as he sounds he might. Pugil stick! Quite an unlikable person. And to be honest, I'm wishing him the worst of luck in this competition. He has also picked up a token and also made it to the hot dog, but he's the furthest behind, and I'm generally quite happy about it. So yellow taking the lead slightly, and dark blue at the back. And we're about to see yellow exchange their item. They've got the zoom suit, so that means they will run a little bit faster and jump a little bit higher. It can actually lead to some problems if the players do not quite have a grip on how fast that thing goes. But here, Player 1. Oh! Well, there you go. I told you. It can be a bit tricky to get your head around. And he's stopped there in the safety zone. In safety! So that means that he can't be pushed off. It's a good turn. It's a good turn, apart from that little blip there. Now can Player 2 avoid the bumpers? Yes, got through pretty cleanly there. And she's got a glider, so generally they'll want to go high. A little think how to tackle this. Taking a few jumps on the bouncing platform.
There, the bouncing platform seemed to stop bouncing after a single bounce. It could be something to do with carrying the glider. Dunno, but needless to say, it should be continuously bouncing.
And using the glider to good effect. Can she land cleanly? And she has done. She's landed cleanly, popped the confetti. That is a solid turn. It does mean she can be pushed, but because of the use of the glider, I think she'll get away with that one. Now our social media consultants. Exchange. The token for a Bugle Stick means he's kind of dangerous. Safety zones will not matter to him. He can bump people off wherever they are because of the Bugle Stick. Fairly steady momentum here. Oh, and a little jump at the end of that travelator to pop him into safety. A fairly good turn. The glider has put the bright yellow contestant into the lead. And the yellow, off they go with their zoom suit. Avoiding these trapdoors.
Here you can see a light hovering above the player's head. That light ray should actually only come above the player's head when their turn is over following the confetti pull. Currently, when there's shots in the replay system, it seems to constantly follow the player around. Other anomalies we're currently looking at with the replay system are that structures beneath the platforms don't seem visible, and the coloured smoke that follows players seems just a bit funky and appears in places it shouldn't, and vice versa.
Nice and high. Ooh. Maybe considering a jump down. He's gone for the jump. Oh! Splat on his face, but actually that's quite a shortcut. Heading towards the balls.
Sound effects are also a bit all over the place at the moment, but that's another topic for another day.
It's a checkpoint. That is a solid turn. Glider, little cheeky glide there, grabbing the checkpoint. Safe from the beginning. Heading to the area where the yellow contestant was. Decided not to get involved with him. Taken another little cheeky shortcut. And another one. The glider serving her well there. Oh, very close to getting in the ball, but just missing that trigger point. Still, very good turn. Now, our friend here, player 3, social media consultants. He's very quick to tell me how impressive a character he was. No one cares about that here, mate. It's all about if you can win the game. Catching up with where the glider lady went. It's a pretty solid turn, to his credit. In safety there as well. Hovering, lurching. And we can see light blues still in the lead, but dark blue has overtaken yellow. Gone a slightly longer route, even with that jump down. But has made it to the ball first. It's their turn first. So, what choices? What choices? Gone down the middle. Oh, and bumped off. I mean, why not? Why not? Nicely traversing. Seems solid. Seems balanced. Getting down to that middle landmark. And has stopped in a slightly vulnerable place. Considering he was the furthest back, it could mean that he could get caught up here and possibly bumped off. Light yellow having a little think. Going through the tube. Going through the tube. Nice and safe in there, but you've got to be careful when you pop out. bit of time left. Oh, that's a long loop at the end there. That's going to cost her. That's going to cost her, but still made it to that landmark. Didn't make it in time to bump off yellow and is actually in the same situation. We'll have to see how dark blue takes this on. Whoa, he's up! Oh, just gripped on there. Very close to a fall, but he took the risk. It paid off. It might buy him a couple of seconds, a little bit of distance in the ball.
The ball itself is meant to have physics that feel like a marble, or dare I say it, a monkey ball. As you can see by the way the thing's currently bouncing into the air like a beach ball, we still haven't quite got this right yet.
Hasn't chosen to bump down like yellow.
The bloom of the lights is, how can I say, very bloomy. It's been a constant headache, not helped by the amount that we tweaked the level over the months. With that now a bit more stable, we hope to get the lighting closer to what we're looking for soon.
And actually, it looks like the quicker route as a result. He's going to be able to bump. He's gone for yellow. And yellow has tumbled to the floor. And blue has hidden himself in a tube so he can't get bumped. That is a massive turn. It says yellow's in the lead, but we know he's on the floor. Incredible turn from dark blue. And that has changed the fortunes of the game. Straight back to the beginning for yellow. It's almost certainly going to leave him behind the rest of the group. He's going to have to go back to his ferry cleaning. Talking about that time he was bumped off by a social media consultant. Highly embarrassing. And he stops just short of the landmark. A little bit concerned he could get bumped off again. But our first-person shooter-loving museum director here can't bump off dark blue. And is probably going straight to the end. Oh, just teetering on the edge there, but rescues it. This looks pretty clean now. Pretty clean. Toasty!
Yes, we're well aware that we won't be able to use the following music in the actual game.
And yes! 5 turns. In 5 turns, she made it to the end. We can only assume that dark blue's going to do the same. The real character of the game here. I hate to say it, but he was behind. Bumped off yellow. And looks like he's drawn for the lead here in this one-course game. Triggers the final round. And on his 6th turn, yellow needs to finish the course to even have a little bit of, to have his head held high somewhat. But really left himself vulnerable on that landmark.
You can see that the blue timer doesn't appear to be working. That's half true. When a player reaches the goal, other players have a chance to also get to the goal in that round of turns. If they don't, then they have a final turn to get there in. The final turn cranks up the pressure with the red lighting and the music, and it gives players what is essentially a go and a half to make it to the end. This extra half a go is yet to be baked into the UI, so until the timer starts to hit the 50 seconds that players get in a normal turn, that blue bar will not move.
It's not easy to get to the end here in the final round lighting, but it looks like he's made it. He's made it! But player 3 and player 2, the Blues, they come out the victors.
Even if you ignore the fact that the timer bar is still incorrectly showing, it also says continue to course 2 there. Actually, if we trigger a replay, we currently have no way of continuing the game, so that means we can only do replays of a single course at the moment.
And the only loser was yellow. Better luck next time, guys. See you again for another exciting round of Turn and Run.
So that's the first episode. As you can see, we have a lot of work to do, but we're heading towards release of September 2026. Feel free to comment on what you've seen, tell us what you like, and even what you don't. We'll do more of these, so please like and subscribe. Importantly, however, please wishlist the game. And I'll see you next time.